Okay, welcome. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, wow. We are ready to really take this to the moon. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm using my picture here tonight, okay, and not myself in person because I look scrubby, okay. Uh, as many of you on the phone call that know me personally, I normally do not get up before uh, 9 o'clock in the morning, or that means waking up my eyes. But this last week has been amazing. This last week, uh, I, I, I have gotten up out of bed by 7 o'clock every morning. I mean, the entire week. Well, it's past more than a week now. We're already Thursday. That means a week plus this week to Thursday. That's been since last uh, a week ago, Friday. That'd be almost 2 weeks coming up tomorrow. Wow. And also, I haven't gone to bed before 1 a.m. I'm 73. I don't know how can I take that? Oh, it's all this excitement. I am so excited. And if you could get as excited as I am, y'all would make just so much money because excitement sells. And if you had the belief that I have in me, it would emanate to everybody you talk to all the time. It would just ooze out of you. And and that's where you got to get, because see, even though I wasn't doing this really for me and making all that money, I really did this round. And I've said it every time. I said it on the Zoom. I said it every time just about I've been on stage with 7K, and it's not me. It's the company of products. It's you. It's every one of you out there. But I got in this to help create the future leaders, also help people I love and care about the most have an opportunity to make a boatload of money in their latter years of life, like mine. Okay. And also to be able to preserve and accumulate the wealth that they have accumulated, make sure they get to keep it. And this teaches us how and gives us the vehicle to do it with. Uh, because you'd rather have gold and silver bullion in your hands than paper money in those bank accounts, CDs, IRAs, and 401ks. And if you still got a lot of that over there in that, y'all are making some terrible mistakes. And the coronavirus is kind of giving us a little inkling of what I'm talking about. And I'll come back to that. But look, I know most of you do not, and I referenced it on the Zoom call the other night. I don't even think the company knows how truly big they're going to be. I know Roger Ball does, and I know I do, and I've seen it from about the after about 6 months with this company. I saw where they were going, and and I want you to understand, it comes from my background in the corporate world. I mean, that's what I did as a living. I would research and do things that other people wouldn't do, and that's where my slogan I coined back in the 90s, I will do today what others won't, so I can have tomorrow what others can't. Oh, yeah, that's mine. I don't care what you see on Google. You look at the dates they say they did it. I put that together. That was mine. And in fact, I remember you people who gave me a plaque about it, and we gave it around. And I remember the time it is, and I still got it at the house. But the real key is I used to put my job on the line as I climbed up that corporate ladder, and then you get to fighting. You get to fighting, when you got our company made one of the divisions, and the main products of our whole company really were additives for gasoline and lubricants and automotive and airline and anything that moved. even turbine, compressor oils. Okay. But Ethel Albemarle didn't have their name on a package and on a label because, see, we sold the components to go in it because, see, all oil is the same. I don't care what refinery it comes out of. All gasoline is the same. I don't care what refinery it comes out of. All avgas is the same. But see, what makes the difference in those products is the stabilizers you put in it. So it doesn't separate the detergents that you put in it. So it cleans the fuel parts of the engine, the corrosion inhibitors that you put in it. So it doesn't rust out your engine and component parts rapidly. Because if you didn't put these things in it, you'd be replacing a lot of parts on your tractors, trucks, vehicles, airplanes. Oh, some of those airplanes be falling out of the sky because it'd take a lot more maintenance than what they got. Well, anyway, that's what I did for a living. And then, I kept seeing things because as I got up the corporate ladder in the divisions, and I wanted to get into marketing and sales out of economic evaluation and really being the hatchet man. I was the bad guy in the corporation. I was the man that said, hey, look, we don't need this many people at this plant and we can shut down these operations. That meant I was the guy that made everything efficient with my calculations and everything, and we'd have layoffs. Yep, that was me. And that's a big, people don't like you when you're like that because they lose their jobs. But that was my job. Okay. But I wanted to get up and climb that corporate ladder. And so a lot of things I started looking at was, we need to be selling more product. We need to be building more plants. We don't need to be shutting them down. We need to be building more plants. And I'd bring these ideas to the vice president or general manager of the company or R&D, and then they depend on their marketing people, and they say, oh, no, that's not right, Reid. That's not right. And then we get in a big old argument. And I remember how I made my first TIG into the upper levels of management at Ethel, and I got a shot to run a division, and that was to go and globalize program. If there's this business out there in the world, go get it, Bob. And if you don't get it, we'll probably fire you because you're going to spend all this money traveling around the world, and you're going to cost us more than you make. Well, I knew if you had so many cars in the world, so many vehicles, and so many things, you could pretty much calculate it. And all the additives and stuff that we kind of knew what the competitors do, and we knew what we did. And I just added the numbers together. In chemical engineering, we do what we call energy balances, and we do physical balances. We look at a whole thing, and we see how much energy is put in it, how much energy is lost, and then how much, that's called an energy balance. And we did, we do the material balance, same thing on, and it's just the laws of God, what goes in plus the work equals what come out. Well, anyway, I don't want to get too technical. I'm going to stay with this. If there was this, then, there was a lot of oil and gas and fluids being made in the world, and they wasn't putting anything in it, but yet we didn't hear about all these cars and trucks and vehicles and planes falling out of the sky. So somewhere, somebody had to be making it and putting it in. And so I figured that there was a lot of business in other markets around the world. And they said, go get it, Reid. And sure enough, my international division sold more than what we sold in the United States, only after 2 years. So I got put in charge of developing another division because we acquired Dow's business. We acquired and we built our own silicone, being able to make wafers. And ours are the purest in the world, more pure than Japan. And so we're looking to get into, take our antioxidants and put them into plastics. And we made a lot of products like that to to and we were even part of gallium arsenide to have the screens. Anyway, now I don't want to get into technical. The main thing I'm trying to communicate is that's what I did, for 12 years from fuel additives and fuels and lubricants and engines into the computer world, cell phones, all this kind of stuff. And then finally, my last division that I did before I quit Ethel Albemarle and resigned and did network marketing was pharmaceuticals. And so those are three distinct, very different technical worlds. And I developed all three of those markets. Now, I had a lot of people to help me, but I was the one that saw it. Nobody else saw it. I put my job on the line many times, but that's when I got the big increases too. Now, of course, I had no life, and network marketing came around. Well, I see with 7K, with the study that I did with it, that's why I got into real estate. I saw that as the next big thing in 2001. Oh, believe me, after our gold and silver run, and when it ended in 2001, I wanted to do another network marketing company. I looked around. I'm telling you, there just wasn't one that I ended up that I was happy with to actually do or believed in. And I got to believe in it. I got to believe that I can't really hurt somebody and they can't come back to me and say, well, you got me in this thing and I lost everything I had. I lost thousands of dollars. I don't want to do that. Now, a person cannot say that in this business, period. You got products of real value. You got products that are going to gain value with time, even if you know it or not, but they will. And so you got real value, and you're in my teams. And if you get in my way of success, you're going to have an organization that you could have never, ever possibly built in your lifetime. And it's just because I'm going to find the right people to do it. Now, your only job is to learn how to see what I see, to learn how to keep doing my job description, to keep doing it no matter, and to work on your attitude every day, and to work on your belief factor every day, and to work on your enthusiasm every day, because people want to join people who are enthusiastic. People want to join people who have a vision. People want to join people who truly believe that they believe that they believe. They don't want to join people, hadn't worked for me yet, but I know it's going to work. That isn't how to do it. Okay? So I'm telling you what your only job is. And believe me, your people that you get in and you partner up with, their only job is the same thing, because you're going to be building a business through them. You're going to be building a common leg. And everybody ends up having a big leg in time. So, see, some legs may take years to build. Some legs, mine took 3.5 years, y'all, to build 2 very strong legs, and I'm about to build a third one. And that third one that I first started on, I'm still working on it. So, see, I'm going now that we got Wayne in the business, and I don't think, I told Wayne the other day, I don't think I'm going to ever put another person there on that side again. I'm going back to work on my other side, where I worked on this side because my other side took off, and I told some people, I said, I got to go back and work on, I told the people over in Africa, I got to go back and work on the other side, but I'm here to help you. But now, guess what? I'm going back. I'm going back on what used to be my strong side on my right side, and I'm going to work on my strong side again on mine. And it just so happened to be Pamela's strong side, but I think her strong side is about to flip. Okay. And so I'm going to work over on Richard Witt's side, on Cindy and Delton's strong side, on Albuquerque's side. I'm going to work on that side again. Well, everybody's going to do this in their business. And so I wanted to give a little strategy here and a little vision here. So what do I see? What do I see 7K as being a multi-billion dollar company. They are going to catch, okay, hold your ears. They're going to, and in your lifetimes, and I hope in mine, they're going to exceed Amway's sales annual per year. Amway right now is an $8.7 billion company. Melaleuca is a $3.4 billion company. Nu Skin's a $2.8 billion company. By the way, you don't look all this stuff up, but a lot of the sales are behind, like 2016, 2017, 20. What you want to do is try and catch and find the ones that are like 2019 figures, because a lot of these companies really grew. And, we know that network marketing works, but this is a whole different concept. This is like that company that can, and I truly mean it. This is like Amazon came into the retail space and they said, man, we're going to change the retail space. We're going to use current technology. We're going to sell books online. And we're going to put all the bookstores out of business. Everybody laughed. Me too. And we're not even going to make a profit, at least for the next 5 years or so. Everybody really laughed. And then but what made everybody really laugh more is what they said after that. And they said, and then we're going to get into all other aspects of retail, and we're going to change the way retail is done in America. And we're not going to make a profit for quite a while as we're doing that. Everybody had a big gut laugh then, even me. Well, I joined Amazon Prime. Why not join Amazon Prime? I joined because I got children, and they joined before me, but I mean, they live on that little thing they call a smartphone. I mean, we'd be sitting around the table eating in dinner, and they're texting to one another while we eat, not talking to one another. They texting to one another. We playing games. We call them they cheating, but they say no, they're just waiting for their turn as they get other stuff done. Well, that's what the millennials do. They use this stuff, this technology. Well, it's like my son said one day. I was complaining. I'm having to buy things, have to go out and shop and look around. I said, Dad, why don't you get to be a member of Amazon Prime? He sent me a link. Oh, by the way, he got money because I joined Amazon Prime. Isn't that something? Does that sound familiar? Okay. Well, I joined Amazon Prime, and guess what? I got to where I didn't even have to get dressed. I could come in here in my skivvies or my pajamas. I didn't even have to take a shower. I could mow the lawn and come in. Well, I didn't mow the lawn. I'm sorry. I do whatever I do to get hot and sweaty. but I could go online, buy a computer, buy anything, ship to me in 2 days. And if I didn't like it, didn't work, I'd send it back and get all my money back. I may not got the best price, but I get a pretty good price. And I could do all my comparative shopping right there in the same store. Or I could check it out with other stores online. But I thought that was pretty good. I didn't have to get up, get dressed, get in a car, back out, fight traffic, try and find a parking spot, fight my way into the store, and if it was wet, and then deal with incompetent clerks, because every year they get more and more incompetent, don't they? Yeah, they call them salespeople to help you, but they can't help you. And then, I looked at that and I said, wow, this is amazing. I can just go online and buy this. I don't have to deal with those incompetent cashiers either. And then I have to take my product, take it all the way back out to the car, hope I don't get my head knocked on, somebody steal it from me, and get in my car, fight the traffic, come back home, pull it out, come in, when I can just, man, membership has privilege. I can just go online, buy that sucker, 2 days it's there. It's a beautiful thing. And so I started telling people, like my son told people, join Amazon Prime. And man, I started well, they didn't pay us cash, but they gave us credits. So anybody who joined Amazon Prime on my link, man, I got all these credits, and that meant I got a lot of free stuff. And so stuff I wanted to buy anyway, and it was free. Well, does this sound familiar to like 7K? This is amazing. Well, this is what I see in 7K. See, not only has this company come along and made gold and silver bullion affordable for the average person, which that's what they need to be having. They need to be having some or a whole bunch in their portfolio to diversify and secure what they have worked hard for all their years, instead of losing it in like one of these coronaviruses revaluations. I think the stock market, I mean, look, what has the coronavirus got to do with the price of, let me pick a stock here that has no effect from China, and here's just a US-based company, and they only deal in the US, and their stock is crashing down, and all their workers are here. Are y'all getting the drift? This is the part of our story. They use all kind of excuses. They use all kind of excuses to rationalize why they devaluate things. Stock goes up, stock goes down, stock goes up, stock goes, all these. And the same thing about when they print money. Inflation, deflation, got to pay for this war. Oh, coronavirus impact. Oh, come on, give me a break. Look, I mean, admittedly, it's affecting some business. If you make all your products over in China and all the people are staying home, nobody going to work, they aren't making any products and can't have any sales. Yeah, that's understandable. That's an impact. But I just gave you other companies, their stocks are plummeting. And why in the world should theirs? Theirs should be going up, if anything, not going down. Okay. Anyway, everybody needs their own gold and silver. And this company is providing a story, and our job is to educate. No matter how many times our neighbor, our friend, our relative tells us no, we just put them in a pipeline and keep on going. You know, put them in a pipeline and keep on going. That's part of my system. And one by one, that's going to happen. One by one, you're going to get a new partner. One by one, you're going to get. And if they introduce it to somebody, and they introduce it to somebody, and they introduce it to somebody, you're going to start making $1,000 check if they make a $500 check, because they got to have 500 left, 500 on the right. Well, that's $1,000 coming up to your bank. And if you're buying your coin of the month every month, like I teach you to do, you're storing up volume. You're storing up volume. So as business is being built on your strong side, your bank account is going up, 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 up. And so you're storing it for the future. It's just like you're building a business from scratch. You start a business from scratch, just a traditional business, hey, very seldom you're going to ever make a net profit in the first 2, 3, 4 years. You keep putting back into business, back into business, back into business. But here with 7K, it's not like that. With 7K, you're going to really be pretty much breaking even all the way from the business or more, because you're accumulating products of wealth. You're getting 1099 benefits, 1099 tax benefits. Your products that you're buying are products of real value. You're accumulating wealth that you wouldn't have been accumulating. And that story is what we need to share. And we just need to learn how to make sure we're sharing it every day with at least 5 people and using the other techniques that I'm talking about. That's what we're going to do because this company literally is going to be one of the biggest companies in the world. Just think about it. We're already open in Canada, one of the hardest direct selling companies for companies to open in all countries. One of the most difficult. And we're about to open in the Quebec province. That would put us open in all of Canada. The legitimacy behind this company and the fact that we're dealing with just about every major mint in the world, the relationships we have with the 2 largest, most prominent coin rating companies in the world, we're literally going to be changing 3 major markets, changing those space. And this company is doing it, and you're part of it. Just don't give up on yourself. Don't give up. You're at the right place at the right time. And make a commitment to yourself that you're going to do my system. And that's the key, doing my system. And so right here, I'm going to just share this quickly on my screen, which y'all kind of know about. Okay. Now, I know y'all know about it. But my system is what? Give yourself 2 years to learn the skills, attitudes, and techniques. Now, if you've been skipping class, meaning you hadn't been going to Bob Reid's Millionaires 101 class, and you hadn't been putting your 10 hours in a week, doing my things that I tell you, not things you want to do, but my things. You really haven't put your 2 years in. You just been a member like the gold and silver Amazon is what you've been, but you haven't been doing what I call the job description to learn the SATs that it takes. And it's going to take that time. But y'all go back and read this, and then let's look real quick. What is that job description? Well, first thing is the hours. So I told a young man today, and I talked to, that somebody just had prospected him in. He got a $4.99 pack, and he was 32 years old, and he's really having problems making ends meet. And it came, and he had to buy his coin, and man, that upset him because they charged his credit card, and he's just barely making ends meet, and he hadn't made the first meeting, and I hadn't met him. And each time he says he's coming to his sponsor. And so I gave him a call, and we just had a heart-to-heart talk. And I introduced myself, and I shared with him kind of like what I've shared with y'all, but a lot shorter, and about my vision of the company, and asked him about if he'd have been in, even 2 years later, and he didn't get in the dorm room when they were talking about Facebook, or he wasn't near the garage with Bill Gates, or he wasn't even part of that little team when Bill Gates said he can make two computers talk to each other. Well, just talking those stories, and that's why you got to learn these things so you can also talk to people. And I said, I want to just tell you, you're trying to work a job, but if you keep working that job, now you're 32, so you don't get to be in a 40-year plan anymore. You're only on about the 30-year plan now, or the 35-year plan, because come after 65, you're going to be retiring. But what in that, if they told you in that job where you can't even hardly make ends meet, if they told you that if you would take a college course and you could pass this course, and for the next, you're going to have 12 semester hours. So that's like going to get a 3-hour semester hours, you're going to be in class 3 hours, and for 2 years to get 12 semester hours. But if you pass this course, they're going to give you a 25% raise. And I asked him, I said, would you go do that? He said, absolutely, in a heartbeat. I said, well, really? Well, I got a better deal for you, because they're going to give you a 25% raise on what you can't even make ends meet. Well, here, I want you to put this 5 to 10 hours in. You get to put it at home. You don't even have to leave your house except one night a week. Okay? Or one day a week. Okay. And here's what you do. And he didn't even have my job description in front of him. I said, look, you're still going to have to put those 5 to 10 hours in, but here's what you're going to do. Yeah, you're going to put those time in watching videos in your own home office. And most of them is going to be in your website. And there are going to be things that I send you. And you're going to watch those videos. And you're going to put about 5 hours a week in watching, hearing, but you got to give 100% attention. None of this multitasking crap. It'd be just like you're in that class where that teacher isn't going to let you listen to the radio and do this kind of stuff. You're going to sit in there and it's going to be quiet, and you better take your notes if you want to pass the class. Yeah. Well, that's what you got to do here. And I don't care how many times you've seen the videos. You hadn't seen them as many times as I had. And if you can't talk about them and teach them, you hadn't seen them enough. And so that's what you're going to do. And then I'm going to teach you how you can expose the business to 5 people a day, 5 days a week. But that better not take you more than 30 minutes a day, because you're doing it wrong if it takes you more than 30 minutes a day to expose the business to 5 people a day, 5 days a week. You're doing it wrong. And so you got to use my scripts. You got to use my text. You got to use my, if you're making a phone call, you got to use mine. You can't use yours. You got to use one. I wrote, I put together, because they work. And if people use them, it works for them. If you keep doing what I say in this time frame. And then that one day a week, yep, you got to get out and you got to see my face. You got to be in an opportunity meeting. Now, for those of you like on this Zoom right here, this is where you got to be once a week. You can't miss class. You got to be here. And then you don't even have to physically make a list, but I want you to make a list of your top 50 people. I want a list. If you had to run a company and you had to spend $500,000, you had to go and hawk up to you if you could even qualify for that kind of loan. But if you did, who do you know out of all people in your know, and those of you who know me, you can't put me on there, but you can't put anybody you know that's in some K in there. But who do you want on your board of directors to help you and guide you to make the right decisions in running this venture that you're putting together? You know? And so you want 5 board of directors on your left and 5 board of directors on your right. So who's the top, 20 people that you would like for you and me to approach to put on your board of directors? Okay? Or you and your first upline successful leader. And that's what we're going to do. Your list, they're in your phone book. That's where they're at. They're in your phone. Go to contact, scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll see how many you have in your phone. You're going to have literally more than I've asked you to make a list on. In fact, most people have more than 500 contacts in their phone. But I just want you to develop a list of 500 as they teach you in your associate training, that everybody gets trained the same over a period of 2 years. And if you develop that list, and then you can develop in your phone, I don't care. But by doing that, we will have you partners, and you will have made money, and you will have gotten all your money back. You'll have wealth and accumulated. But my problem is I don't have people that do the system. Not everybody. They want to take a shortcut, or maybe I just might happen to win the lottery and sponsor the right person. Well, that happens to some people. I mean, we've had people in this business up in Idaho and Montana. It happened to. I mean, they got so much volume coming up on both sides of them, they can't even keep up with it. And some of them are pretty satisfied with just $1,000 check the rest of their life, but they could be making 7,000 a week. I mean, me, I'd want to. I got 7,000 volume coming up in every on both sides. I'd certainly like to be working toward pulling more of that money out every week. But that different strokes for different folks, huh? Okay. So how we do the business, I've got rules for everything here. Exponential expansion does work. These are laws that work. Network marketing works. Just look at all these companies that has succeeded since 1954. Look at all these people, just like you. No special qualifications. No, and some old, some young, it didn't matter. And became millionaires because they were with the right company at the right time in the right market. Market timing is very important with the right people and the right products. Listen, I just did a little formula there of rights, and 7K has them all. And for you and me. And so you got 10 years to become a multimillionaire in this business. Just hang in and keep doing it, because you will end up with those partners that is going to just keep on, and the company can keep on going. This is one that new people do join. No, this is not one of those consumption things. Everybody's going to want to keep and retain their wealth. And listen, you don't make any more gold and silver. God makes that. Then in these days, ever since God put man and woman on earth, ain't nobody found out how to make gold and silver, and everybody wants to. And we're using it up faster than we need it. So, hello. That's all I can say is, I hope this makes sense. And of course, y'all know I teach leverage. Everybody gonna end up with 3 anyway. But if you built 3, one at a time, you're building 6 businesses. You're starting over every time. Real simple. You start with 3, and the sooner you get your 3, the sooner you're in control. Okay? And I call it the family business pack. And if you got them already, more power to you. Y'all are visionary. Learn how to use these recorded calls and live calls. And see, this is another part of your homework. You are supposed to listen to one of these recorded calls every week if you're not listening to it live. And so you can do it. You can't tell me you can't have time, because this is 24/7, and I keep giving you new reference code for newer versions of that recorded call. And different people put it different way. Learn how to talk about the share plan, the one-page compensation plan, and all the different ways that we earn money, and what leadership points mean, what loyalty points mean, and what we can get. We can get free wealth, free products of value in those loyalty points. Leadership points gives us carryover of what? Of good commission-based points, dollars that we can get paid. We don't lose anything. We don't even convert them to loyalty points. And then learn this one-page thing right here. I have done a mini presentation off this one piece of paper, just telling people that I talk to, it's worth being a member for all these benefits, and you need to find out for yourself. Prove me wrong. For $199, this right here gives you more value than you're going to get out of that Costco membership. And everybody knows I'm a big time on getting a Costco membership, because it pays me money to be a member of Costco every year, and my wife. And so, that's what I want you to learn. That's what I want you, if it took you 2 years to learn this, and sometime it might take you, but then you got 3 to 5 years to build your huge business. And business is going to be built through you anyway, with one of your partners above you. And so it's part of what's happening. And just be part of this. And for those of you that already have a leg with $10,000 or $20,000 or more on it, y'all are just blessed beyond your wildest imagination, because all that's going to do is grow and grow and grow and grow. just like mine did. I'm gonna do one more thing. Do one more thing. I'm gonna share one more screen because I got to. I mean, I just got to. There's no way I can't share this now. Uh, and then I'm gonna finish up tonight. Okay. Then here's our business, and I'm gonna log over here, and I'm gonna try and get Pamela on this screen, and see if we can't log Miss Pamela in. Where's PJR? There it is right there. Now, we're going to get both business on at the same time so y'all have a little concept what's going on. Okay. Now, this didn't happen to us overnight, and it's not going to happen to you overnight. But y'all can put your business in relative perspective. Okay. Same as I'm going to tell you. We started this business. I put Pamela on the left and I put her company on my right. Just like everybody knows, I put everybody in Baton Rouge on the left side and I only sponsored 3 people. One of them was Pamela. Okay. I didn't sponsor all 15 people that night. I let them sponsor each other. So they work a team. And I still have $73,500 in the bank on the left side. That's because all those people, the Denon Nelsons, the Bruce Harrises, the Dennis DeCellis, the Ken and Sue, those people, for them to rank up, they have to pay people on our left side. And that helps my team over there. And it helps me. And for them to rank up, they got to do that. Tony Hubbard's placing people on our left side because he's got to rank up. Beautiful thing about this comp plan, y'all. Okay. Now, everybody on our right side, y'all have the same luxury, okay? Because I've been placing people on my right side when I first started doing the business. And, we'd make a check and we'd work my business and we'd make a check, we'd make a check, we make a check. But we didn't make $17,000 in the first 2. I mean, we don't even have 2 months. This is my paycheck. But that's not what we made, y'all. This is Pam's paycheck. If I can get it pulled up here. Come on, quit doing this to me. So you add 17,000 at 18,250, that's $25,250. And we got one more week left in February. But we didn't make that kind of money 3 years ago or 2 years ago, or even last year per month. But every year it inched up a little more, every month, every week, every month. And that's what you call your organization growing, and yours would do the same thing if you give yourself time. Oh, and by the way, her $3,500 check she made last week is not even in her bank account yet. Okay? And so this is why I'm showing you these things. This is going to happen with you too. And so I'm going to go down to this little downtown genealogy and try and put it into perspective here for us real quick as we ended up. Because when I started with Wayne, he started like everybody started. Here you are, here that is, and that's it. You don't have a left side and a right side. You got 50 points here and 50 points here in your bank account. Well, that's not him, okay? Because, see, this is actually Pamela, okay? And man, I just love this. I mean, this is Friday, and dadgummit, we've got the $4,000 check already between us for the week. That's pretty cool for the end of the month. But this is Friday. We're still working. We're still helping people work because they want to rank up, especially a lot of new people. Well, anyway, we go down to the bottom of this leg, and I kept telling Holly, Constance, everybody I put in this leg with Pamela, and we were there. We started working the inside of her leg. When that outside leg got strong, we came over here, and then all of a sudden, and Rod Richard ranked up to bronze, and then way down here at the bottom, we sponsored. Yeah, we have to go a long way down there. We sponsored Wayne Clark. Wayne Clark owns his own brokerage. He's 51. He came in, and he said, this is this is the right time, right place, and you know what you're doing, Bob. I'm grabbing hold of your coattails. Let's go, and let's go to work. And he went to get who he wanted on his board of directors first. And and at the end of his from when he signed up to where he is at the end of the first week, he there were 49 people enrolled in his business on his left and right side. He went from associate to copper to bronze all in 1 week. He had 4 of his people make a check in their first week, and he made the maximum check that you can make, which is $2,000 as a bronze. And he had 16 leadership points. That means these people weren't coming in with 199s. They were coming in with those 499 packs, business packs, because you get 2 leadership points. And with that, so he personally sponsored 4 people that came in at 499. That's 16 leadership points. So that means he can carry over commission points if he doesn't quite make his cycle a maximum. And then starts off the next week making a check a lot easier. Okay, that could happen to everybody. And now what I'm doing, Pamela and I, now, I don't work my top business anymore. I hooked arms with Pamela. Pamela and I are working one center together. Now, I support my whole business with everybody in it, no matter where side they're on. But now, since Pamela we think that money she has in the bank that I built up there ain't going to last long. So we got to come down here and start where, and of course, we can only place people here. We can't place people down in here. People we enroll has to be under somebody's business. And that's what we're doing. We're going down back under Danny and Tiffany Clements in New Mexico, down at the very bottom of the leg, if I can even get to it down there. It may even go past so I can't get to it if it's got a plus. Oh, still got a spot there. So we got a little bit of room before I plus it out. And so we're going to be placing people here. And what if we get another Wayne Clark? Whoa! I don't know who we're going to put there. Sometimes I'll put some people, they make a check or they just start buying coin. Sometimes I'll put people and they just, I wonder if they're going to renew. And I talk to them in a year. They're not started, timing's not right in their life or whatever. But I want to tell y'all something. I went back. I know I'm pushing through dots and it looks like it's crazy, but I want to tell y'all something. I went back to some people over here in this leg of Pamela's, and they were about to renew or their account was going to cancel. And I said, look, what if I have somebody to give you all your money back and maybe give you a little bonus? Would you consider, because you didn't renew and we don't want that to cancel? And they said, what do you mean? Well, I don't even know how to get in the back office. I said, well, I'm not going to be dishonest with you. I'm going to tell you, you got a huge business that's developing under you. And that's one of the reasons we don't want it to cancel. Now, those 2 positions, well, 3 like that, I went back to this past month and not one single one of them. I mean, one of them, I said, look, I can get you $1,000 for it if you want it. And he said, that sounds interesting. But after he looked, he said, show me how do you get in the back office again. Show me how you get in computer. Help me put my new credit card in. And the audacity of that guy, he said he wants $50,000 to sell his position. And I said, well, you can find somebody to buy it on your own, but I ain't. I'm not going to do that. But the main thing I wanted to tell you, you read the policies and procedures, you own this. It's property. It's your business. Yeah, you can sell it. You can transfer it. You can get money for it. So do you think your property gets more valuable with time as the company grows and gets bigger? And the main thing is that one guy that wanted $50,000 for his, after I offered him, I said, I have somebody pay you 1,000. He said, I showed him how to keep his points in his counter because that's why it was worth 1,000, because he had over 20,000 points in his counter. And he said, no, I'm going to take care of everything. I'm doing it. Then that's what I want for it. He didn't even buy his corner of the month. So he lost his 20,000+ points and he went to zero. And now it's not worth 1,000. So now it might be worth 500 or 250 because the person's going to have to get their own thing to get it. Well, main thing I'm trying to communicate and teach y'all that this is real property. Now, when you want to sell it or you want to transfer it in the policy and procedures, you have to give the company first right approval. They have to approve it. Your upline has to approve it. Their sponsor has to approve it. So it's an approval process, and this has been well thought out of before I even talked about it here tonight. But what I wanted to share is every one of you own real valuable property. And the least thing you'd want to do is leave it as part of generational wealth and then teach your children and grandchildren about the value of what they have in their hands and what they can do for it if they would learn Bob Reid's system of success. Thank y'all for your time and attention tonight. I love each and every one of you. I'm going to stop this recording